They will give you always the best rate.
They connect to Binance, HitBTC, LMAX, and Kraken.
What I like about SwissBorg is that they have an amazing app.
Pow Wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. It's Pow number 7. Super excited to be with you guys today. Today, we're going to deep dive into the love of the community, talk about the bloodbath, what's happening on the markets, then talk about SwissBorg ecosystem with new premium tiers. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel, the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. If you're not part of the wonderful family picture, you know what to do. It is always great to see great smiles here. Question of the week. How does SwissBorg encourage a culture of experimentation and innovation? That is why we exist today, guys. It's exactly the status quo. It's not for SwissBorg. If you try to just repeat the same things and essentially think that there's going to be a different outcome, that is called insanity. What we do as a SwissBorg is really the opposite. We always try to make something better, faster, stronger. You know, that song of Daft Punk, and obviously more community-centric. And we always try from the governance models of establishing different companies, the accounting, from the regulatory perspective, to then into the technology, the products, the finance, the investments. Everything that we're doing at SwissBorg is experimenting and then bringing innovation. And it's really something amazing to have this great engineering, futuristic mindset that really enables us to bring the best products, to bring the best philosophy, to bring game theory, but finance as well into the SwissBorg token, to bring love as well in it, and try to really experiment. And whenever you reach something and it works, well, then you make it scale, and you scale it, baby, and you scale it, and you scale it as most as possible to really provide the best karma, the best love to all our dear token holders such as you guys, and to make sure that we're building something for the future. And that's something really, really important. You know, since I was a kid, raised up in the US, I saw a bit of the future back in New York and San Francisco, Silicon Valley. Then I moved to France and I saw that, things were a little bit different. And I think so all my life I've been trying to look at what would be the future and how can we take ownership there and implement this new vision and, decentralized, essentially, nations, right? And that's really the big goal at SwissBorg is, again, how to experiment, make things work bit by bit, then scale that baby. Riffled bounties of the week. 2 new jobs, guys. Smart contract engineer. He will be working with the DeFi team, doing a lot of different cool stuff. He or she, by the way. We're looking as well accountants, remote or in talent, that would help us again to innovate and experiment as well. There's a lot of different new jobs all the time. If you know anyone or you want to take part and democratizing wealth management, please apply or refer any of your friends. You could earn up to $3,000 worth of SwissBorg tokens. News. Crazy week, right? There's been a lot of different things. In Switzerland, first big news, which is really cool. Finally, in Zug, we could pay in Bitcoin or Ether for taxes, which is really great. And regulation as well. There's Russia that is getting more and more how to essentially regulatory put a framework for crypto in Russia, which is great. And in insane mode, we see the biggest futurists right now that's saying potentially what they have made as profits with a $1.5 billion dollars of Bitcoin is made more money than actually Tesla has ever made as revenues. But at the same time, Ellen's saying right now BTC and ETH seems to be a bit high. LOL, which is always funny. This guy does essentially whatever he thinks is right, which is quite cool to be honest. We're seeing as well into the NVIDIA. That's a big thing for miners. They're really gonna create better and better essentially chipsets to mine Ether and different other cryptos. So looking forward to this to essentially have more essentially miners that could provide different tools there and not only having a few different companies. I think so. BNB recently, you guys seen it, went from 50 to 150. We talked about it since over a year that BNB was most probably the best crypto in terms of risk reward to buy, besides obviously SwissBorg token. And the real thing is because Binance Smart Chain obviously is growing more and more and more. Roadmap is live, guys. I'm really happy that the fact that transparency, we're growing at another level where we can now show you exactly what's happening during the roadmap. There's already 200,000 votes that happen, which is really good. You could check it out on roadmap.swissborg.com. It's a great way to see what has been launched, what is currently in development, what is planned, and what's under consideration. Obviously, this is not a powwow. It's not a referendum, I meant. It's a great way to you guys to essentially share what you think. And I really like the fact you can submit ideas. And, you know, it shows, again, how we really want to work. We want to swarm this intelligence all together and make sure that we are developing the best ecosystem in the world. And obviously, yield on BTC is what everyone wants. I want it. Ellen wants it. And everyone wants it, right? That's really, really something that will be built for you guys in the most scalable way. The Smart Yield ad, guys. I love this ad. I hope you checked it out. It's a really cool video that we put together for you guys. Just launched this morning. If you haven't yet seen it yet, just check it out. This will probably show again, you know, all the different tokens that we're going to yield through the SwissBorg Wealth app and much more to come. If you like it, please give it a thumbs like, comment, share it with everyone. Let's make it viral, baby, and let's grow and scale like we always do. Red is what we're seeing, guys. We talked about this last week. The index, greed index, was at 95 or 98%. We were at all-time high, and I'm happy to see red. I'm happy not because only actually little green here is SwissBorg token, but more importantly that, you know, you don't want these things to happen. If it's rapid growth happens and like 5x happens within weeks, then there's a massive correction. I think so. This is a correction that, you know, some tokens have fallen between 10 to 25%, but it's good because if you have rapid growth, you know what happens. You have rapid falls, and this will have consolidated a bit the markets. We're still at good levels, obviously, since the beginning of the year, and it's healthy, right? And I think so. It really is healthy. It hurts when it happens, but if you look at it on the long run, it doesn't really matter. And talking about Bitcoin, we're still in a growth right now trajectory. You know, if we don't break down below the 4,800, the 49,000, 48,000, roughly, we still have that huge support there. So I think so that is really good. Even if we saw 9,000 falling, what we have to be aware is that the altcoin season is not finished, but most probably it has lowered down to up to 60% and now 63%. So most probably there'll be a flight to security. So we're going to see a lot of more money going from potentially altcoins to essentially Bitcoin in the near future. So very bullish right now still on Bitcoin, which is great. On the flip side, Ether is not doing that well. The congestion of the Ethereum platform has shown a lot of vulnerabilities recently. Gas prices going up to $300, and that's not good for DeFi. That's not good for decentralized applications, and therefore we're seeing a huge migration going to BNB, and that is a little bit scary, to be honest, because we know that Binance Smart Chain is great. It's much more centralized though. And we need, obviously, for the long future, something completely decentralized. But for the time being, Binance Smart Chain is doing great. We know that on the Smart Yield, through the report, there's a mix of the both. And right now, as I said, Ether doesn't look like we will be performing extremely well as Ethereum 2.0. Not too sure. There's been other things talking about EIP 1559, but that is not going to happen anytime soon. Most probably, but not before end of the semester. So that'll be a new way to essentially reduce the gas price. But please be connected. Make sure that you guys are rebalancing your portfolios, taking some profits as well, and obviously enjoying the ride. And talking about, right, my God, last night we got this insane amount of volume, and people seeing that SwissBorg token is always has its own thing. It has this love that you guys put and the brains that we work and swarm together. And I think so. I want to thank all of you guys again to be literally trusting us and putting so much faith into this beautiful token. Last night we had some crazy things going on as the market was collapsing and the flash crash happened. We saw that there was a big drive of people who wanted to buy SwissBorg token. Thank you, by the way. But unfortunately, as the liquidity was a bit dry, it was hard essentially to buy SwissBorg tokens. And therefore, we had that massive spike that brought us for a few minutes over unicorn market capitalization, which is really, really cool. And obviously, there was a correction when you see those spikes. Nevertheless, we'll be working in the future to hopefully not have these crazy spikes. And there's a very interesting thing about SwissBorg is that if you've seen the last year or so, we always have those moments which is we do act a little bit like a stable coin. People like make fun of that, but we are very not that volatile. And then when there's a big announcement or there's something happening, then we have a massive spike, a huge growth, a really massive growth, a little correction, stabilize, and then again. And that's pretty much the cycle of SwissBorg. Will that be the future? It's hard to say as we'll get more and more volume. But so far, all of these insane, my price movements come from strong fundamentals, which is always great to see. Premium Plus, you guys wanted it and we are building it. The Premium Plus is going to probably be one of the very different type of services. And the Premium Plus will probably be 100,000 SwissBorg tokens. So it'll only be for the lucky ones that essentially participate in our ICO at an early stage or bought our tokens a long time ago or have sufficient cash to be a high net worth individual. But what is the Premium Plus for yourself? Is it someone like this guy, a nice handsome guy smoking a cigar and champagne and wants to be really cool and be part of something to make sure that he be considered as a Premium Plus? Is it the majesty, being part of something that is greater than ourselves and being among those elites, having really the finest VIP service? Is it having, like Gandalf, crazy amount of powers that he or she could do whatever she wants and make sure that she is or he is enjoying the best benefits of the ecosystem? Is it someone who wants to be part of SB Nation and have governance rights and work for a cause to bring SwissBorg Nation and SwissBorgers to another level and make sure that he or she is building something for the future? Or is it someone that really wants to get the best customized investment mandates, the best tailor-made solutions for he or for she? In those 5 cases, you're probably wondering, well, I'm a bit about this, I'm about that, and that's fine. You could be a great Queen Elizabeth, a Gandalf, a Gandhi, or Kardashian and Kanye West. I think so. All of these personas are great. But I'm trying to ask you, what do you want in the Premium Plus? A lot of you guys are being eligible to get to Premium Plus hopefully soon. And what do you really want? Do you want to be a part of something? Do you want to have more governance rights? Do you want to have more products, features? Do you want just a more VIP treatment? What are exactly the things that you say, oh my God, this is exactly what I want. I want to lock 100,000 CHSB tokens in order to get this, this, and that. And this is something that is extremely important for the faith of our future, because you will essentially help us to decide how are we going to treat the higher Premium Plus. And obviously, eventually, a lot of those services from Premium Plus will go to other premiums and hopefully to everyone. But as we have to experiment, as we have to innovate, as we remind you in the beginning, we'll have to do it for a small amount of people. And those Premium Plus will be super lucky to be part of it. And just out of my brain, what could a Premium Plus look at? You could have higher rewards for referrals, ongoing rewards for referees and exchanges, a ticket to the annual SwissBorg retreat where we will all go in a really crazy place to have a great amount of spiritual fun and obviously build things together. Would you guys have this SwissBorg necklace? These different shirts? Do you want us to waive out fees on all SwissBorg trading app? What is exactly what you guys want? Comment here. Please like it. Every comment that you feel that is right. The one who has the most amount of likes in their comments, we will send some great swag and make sure that you look cool in 2021. SwissBorg Wealth App data, guys. We are rocking $1.4 billion of volume, over 1 million number of exchanges, 223,000 people that are using the app, which is amazing. We have $860 million asset under management. Daily volume 63 million yesterday. That's crazy. Weekly volume 245 million. I mean, this is just growing on a daily basis. Again, 2 all-time high records. Thank you so much for the trust. Yesterday, we had some issues with the app. What happened? There was a flash crash that happened on multiple different exchanges, such as Kraken and others. And then in the night, we had so much great amounts of people buying and selling SwissBorg tokens that we had, unfortunately, a little slowdown. And sorry about that. We are working on it. Obviously, as we grow, scale is something that is our unique point that we really want to grow, and we're working hard on it. And we will give you a better experience in the near future about it. What does that bring to this beautiful SwissBorg token? Over 4,000 people as planned into the premium, even if it's $50,000 today. 111 million SwissBorg tokens. That's 16% of the total supply locked into premium. We have 37% locked into the SwissBorg yield program, which is amazing. We are 73% away from the top 50, and we are working hard on that. The protect and burn, oh my God, guys, over $1 million. You shall not pass, man. This is really, really exciting about it. And we are right now, I think so, 63 or 67. It's hard to say. It's changing all the time. This is looking really, really good. Which brings us to the Community X. Is it 8? Is it 9? 9.1? 9.2? 9.3, guys. It's doing very, very well. Super excited. We had a little lowdown on the community app and as well a little bit from the app activity, a little bit less people onboarding. We still have a very comfortable rate of 3,000 people, which is insane, by the way. 3,000 people onboarding on a daily basis, doing KYC onboarding, payments, and exchanging. And for that, you probably have noticed that the operational and support team is getting better and better. We're able to essentially do all the KYCs within the same day, which that is something really huge, right? Obviously, we had to increase the number of team, which is really doing a fantastic job. And thank all of these guys for doing it. We're doing better in payments as well and tickets in general from the support. So we are growing the team right now. Anthony, our co-founder, head of products are there. Christoph, a lot of people are working in Ukraine right now in Kiev for making this team scale more and more, which is looking better and better on a daily basis. And I'm spending actually a lot of time making sure that these things get better and better. Crypto night is tomorrow night. As always, guys, 21 o'clock. It's with Dieter Fishban. He is really one of the great guys from Web3 Foundation. Web3 Foundation, which is most probably one of the coolest foundation in the world, that's supporting blockchain initiatives for a very long time, that's investing in it, educating, and this person is going to talk about parachains and how, again, governance is a big, big topic with Kusama, Polkadot, Web 3.0, and DeFi as well. Looking forward to see this tomorrow night, 21 o'clock, like every Wednesday night. Guys, another historical week for SwissBorg. It's amazing how this ecosystem is flourishing thanks to you guys. It's really amazing to see all-time high 220,000 people. Our token doing extremely well even when there's a massive bloodbath like yesterday, and getting all the problems that are coming on our shoulders. We're always taking them very seriously one by one and making sure to deal with them and experiment, innovate, and scale. And I think so this is something that we are really happy to do that in a very short amount of time. And the best of all of it, it's you guys supporting us, bringing so much love to social media. Social media just going out of the roof, by the way, which is great. And thank you so much for all the love that's put into the Wealth app, into their token, and to everything. And yeah, it's always my favorite time of the week when I have this dialogue with you guys. I'm hoping that you'll be able to answer again, what is the best premium service that you really want for the higher tiers, and obviously we'll have different tiers going forward. Guys, as you know, love you a lot. Be healthy, wealthy, and happy. Take care, guys.
Whether you want to buy 100 Bitcoins or 10 euros, you can always get the best price execution.